You know, I love Juggernaut against Medusa, but I also like Medusa against everything else. So kind of hard for me to decide here. You know, I see Tidehunter, I see Medusa, like how they're gonna break it. But I feel IG, they have the tools in this game. They're very strong in the laning stage, and I don't think they're gonna allow Medusa to breathe.
Yeah, I think IG are back to form. I'm going to go IG for this game number 2.
Same, I'll follow suit. I want to keep my win percentages high.
Sure.
I like the Medusa. I agree with everything, but IG will outplay.
Lizard. I mean, sorry, Black.
RNG, oh sorry.
Yeah,
That was my
perfect.
dream
RNG,
world,
yeah. We're really lost in the days. Beak up.
I was going to go RNG, but only if you guys all went IG, so
Too bad.
IG.
I'll go IG now.
Excuses.
No one wants to side with Black.
Excuses.
No one likes Black.
Well, I
what a
don't
shame.
care.
What a shame. Let's take it away for game
I
number
like
2.
you, baby.
Hate you all.
I like you.
No.
Game number 2 should be exciting, right? You know? Ready?
Should be. I just don't want it to be as one-sided as the game number 1 was. You know, some people might think, oh, this first game was boring, just because IG was too good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if boring's the right
No,
word.
for me it was not, because I like the top tier executed Dota where like you're not giving them any space. You're just playing Dota perfectly, and that's exactly what IG did in game number 1.
It's always exciting for me is perfect play. I was... Yeah, I already said IG.
You can't flip, because
I can't, but I like Medusa. I'm pretty sure still at that high percentage win rate right now. And they've got good amount of lockdown to go with it. Pushing power.
not a big fan of Clockwork into Disruptor.
True.
Where just go in and you get out, bro. Do you want to go in or out? Like, let me know.
Hook shot in, glimpse you out.
It's kind of a same thing with the jetpack where you trap people inside and then you get the hell out of there. But I still feel as a Clockwork you need to be able to deal damage and die.
By the way, has it always said a player has paused the game?
I never noticed.
I swear it used to say game is paused. I don't know if that's an update or I don't ever look at it. I just know that the game is paused at all times.
There's going to be a lot of harassment on the top lane. 2 range heroes against the Clockwork. I don't think he is going to be able to do much. Also, that Prophet. Crypt Swarm is now like almost instant. You click it and it's out. Before, you needed to raise the hands up in the air, do the hokey pokey, turn around, and then it comes out.
Yeah, it's definitely quicker to throw. Backswing reduced by quite a bit, 0.87 to 0.5, which is almost 0.
Yeah, it's down to almost 0. Super playing aggressively, needs to be careful.
Doing a good amount of damage on the Kaka, though, as well as JT. This isn't your typical JT hero. It's not like a Tide or Centaur that's just going to stand there, pick up Vanguard, do its thing. We'll see how it does. They were doing a lot of damage over bottom here as we look at, you know, fly, and fly by. Anchor smashes were doing quite a bit, but Bleed Fury right on top of Flyby, some damage in from Ollie, and one more right click. Is it going to be enough? It is from Ollie.
So
get the kill, but maybe a trade?
Die here. One more hit.
Ooh.
Fairy Fire has it, plus a magic
Arrow.
stick.
Oh, he had it, then he didn't.
That's a big one. Like Mirana gets solo XP, is almost level 3. Let's see. So he decides to take a Centaur anyway. Mirana is out of mana. I think that's the only reason why you decide to go for it.
Super again now in the kinetic field. Actually stuck between the kinetic field and his own cogs. Already popped. Get some mana back on that Disruptor.
Super will just deny himself to neutrals. Buys a stick before. You do not get a free TP from that. So a lot of value loss, so that's 100 gold. And you're gone for 20 seconds. But that's some free XP for Medusa, which is not that bad. Kaka, a bit late, was trying to stack, but Disruptor not the fastest hero.
No, not at all. You could already sense that Kaka would love a Philosopher's Stone, as would any support. But I wonder if that was...
Calm down. We're 3 minutes into the game.
I'm getting there. I'm just going to say, you know, is it going to be a Disruptor build where we see straight Ags? We've seen a couple times from Disruptors. Obviously, Philly also helps make that decision.
You need one extra item before. I don't mind, like a 4-staff. Dual Scepter is also good for setting things up, especially once you have that Aghanims later on, because he will get the farm priority here instead of the Enchantress.
Probably taking some damage from Felix, but yeah, he's fine. All right, fly by. A lot of flying happening bottom as their leap in is there from Felix. He's got a wand to work with, so he'll back away with some health. Also has that healing ward. It's a lot of harassment onto Fly though right now, and I guess the question becomes, you know, is this enough to shut down Fly based on the game you had in the, you know, in game number 1?
A bit of a different game for him. Tidehunter doing okay. Felix will just one-shot that creep. I think it's very important that they go for 6-minute rune. If Tiny gets like a good rune, Arcane rune, possibly Haste rune, can gank the side lane easily. Tiny on a mid lane just feels really good.
It only feels behead, I guess, in the 4 position, right?
I think that's the only one that he's losing constantly. We've seen in Southeast Asia, even position 5 Tiny being able to win a game. Not just win a game, he was, I believe, 2-1-21 or something like
ridiculous.
that. Yeah, it was insane.
But Fly now getting a little bit of, a little bit more space. I say that as his courier goes down. Sitting 4th on the net worth. Doing better than Fly by.
Yeah, better courier than him.
Yeah, always. Bait your courier out a little bit so you can scurry away if you ever need to. They're TPing in a +1, and that's Kaka. They've got the kinetic field to enchant slow flyby. Blade Fury right on top of him, and this is with Mirana out of lane. And they should be able to get this kill. It's going to take a while.
Yeah. No boots on flyby. Another spin in 10. Buying time. Give him the last hit.
And now he gets the kill again.
At this point, I would not be surprised if Kaka just TPs with a Disruptor and you think there's a reason why he TP'd there. And Disruptor could potentially not even have a glimpse. Like those mind games that you can do as a Dota player. Like, you know, oh, he TP'd. He must have it. That would be like 500 IQ play right there. I mean, if I can think of it, it's probably not 500. It's more like below 20, but...
No, it's high IQ. Come on. If I thought of it, it would be 20. But you're, you know...
Oh, you're right.
You're at that high... Yeah, okay. High caliber. Dota is the compliment I was going for.
Because you didn't calibrate your IQ. Like, you need to play another, like...
I have to make 10 more statements. Yeah. 10? What's going on here? Can't believe this. Top of the net worth right now is this Leshrac, and then the next 3 are IG, which is no surprise. We, you know, in the first game we saw IG pretty much splitting the map well enough where all 3 cores were getting the farm. I guess the question is, can they do that again here? So far, yes. They've done a good job of keeping up with each other. All their lanes are going pretty well. Medusa is in an okay spot, you know, keeping up with the jug. I think that's fine.
That's what matters. They're
Goes back on a Felix. One more leap. Starstorm, and now the leap away. Not sure that's far enough away. Impetus shot. Oh. Staying alive with just a little bit of health.
Kaka, no mana for Thunderstrike. Gets arrowed, and Felix will be able to get out.
Oh, yeah. Staying alive, staying alive.
Yeah, gotta keep staying alive.
Radiant are scanning.
No stacks right now being made, at least in Triangle. They have very good heroes at clearing the stacks. Every single core from RNG
Avalanche
could potentially
toss.
benefit from it. I don't know why like Clockwork's so tanky. He has 2 stats. He has 2 branches and sitting at 1000 HP. What's his strength gain?
3.5.
3.5? Well, that kind of explains it.
It's pretty high. Equaling 770 HP and 3.9.
D-Stone's
HP.
mid lands a stun, but JT with ulti
He's gonna get
already
that kill.
there.
And this is Exorcism turning into potentially a tier 1. We'll see if RNG want to rotate. They will glyph.
IG was so good in the previous game at reading what RNG wants to do. They were just staying 1 step ahead.
Oh.
Kaka, well, speaking about staying 1 step ahead, Tidehunter, he TPs, gets sent back. He didn't even have enough mana for Ravage. There was a bottle refill by Mirana. That's not his bottle, that's D-Stone's bottle.
Can we talk about Death Prophet going Falcon Blade first?
Falcon Blade on the offlane is fine. On the mid lane, this is the item that you do not want to buy. Because it gives a bit of tankiness, mana regen, and a bit of damage. So it's like a cheap investment that gives you everything, and especially the mana regen, which is nice. To just have that constant spam.
So we'll see what the build continues to develop into for this Death Prophet, now going into Treads.
Does that Prophet, it's not your position 5 that Prophet. We've seen that can still do quite a lot. This is your core that Prophet, which is going to be able to scale going into Yule Scepter. It's a good setup for, you know, possibly Static Storm, and that's it. That's all they can set up for. But you know, being able to dodge things, cancel the TPs with is always going to be good. So it seems like it's just going to be tier 1 for tier 1. D-Stones didn't manage to do much other than kill the creeps, and he did it real well, staying at the top of the net worth, but no real rotations, having a casual cloak right now against Tiny, against Disruptor, and that Prophet. I feel like it's a good investment. Potentially later on you can upgrade that to Eternal Shroud. I'm a bit sad. I'm thinking, you know, we see a lot of these items, like Holy Locket is even popular on some of the heroes, especially 3 and my boy Mage Slayer. I don't think we've not seen one in Season 1 China Southeast Asia, nor one in Season 2, and also I don't believe we've seen one at the Major at all.
Hoping to maybe see that Mage Slayer. They've got the Static Storm down, but the Ravage comes out. Emo ends up dead, and that was the Blink reveal. An early Blink for him, but not going to get him anything. They Moonlight Shadow as they try to run. Spirit Siphon Exorcism. There's the dust on the flyby. Continuing to chase him and hoping to get this kill.
That Prophet's one of the best, if not the best hero against the Tidehunter, because you can just run and he's gonna hit him. I know. I trust JT. Woo!
Oh,
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Radiant's middle tower.
Flyby.
Trying to dig, but you know, not too many spaces he can go with the Quelling Blade.
He doesn't
and
even
he's
have
also
a
pretty
TP.
big. Yeah, he's pretty big. Can't really hide that easily.
The watermelon has hit. The tide has gotten out.
Dire's bottom tower is
So yeah,
under
talking
attack.
about the Death Prophet, you just run him down. You can't dispel the Spirit Siphon, follow him with the Exorcism. I put a lot of trust in JT that he's gonna hit the crit swarm there. A bit disappointed, you know, I could feel it.
JT juking Tide.
Yeah.
I get, even though he's not playing the Tide this time. I've been spending 12 minutes thinking about that, by the way. Because last game it was just tank. But right now for RNG, this game looks good. Medusa top of the net worth. Going into the Dragonlance after getting this Yasha.
I might swap things around. It's a good stat item.
Oh,
He gets blown up.
Felix He's also dead. They've got themselves the Static Storm with the Glimpse. Fly. He's got Omni Slash to throw, but now the Stone Gaze comes out.
Hook shot available.
No,
Super.
try to run.
Look
Hook
for
shot
an angle.
lands. And let's see if they can get this kill. They've got the Cogs, Blade Fury, Fly on the run. Stopped by the Cogs for a second, but the avalanche of the toss. D-Stone's low, Yule's in the air. Omni on a super. They've got the damage to get the kill onto the Clockwork. They'll also take out D-Stones. They look over at Gaki,
No
who's out of
mana for
mana.
Glimpse. He's trying to bottle him, but unfortunate. Like Tiny, if he used it like half a second before on Disruptor, he would be able to get the Glimpse off, and then it would just be a disaster fight for RNG. Jug is tanky, and this time around, again, Fly not going for any Battle Fury. I don't think Battle Fury carries are meta anymore. I feel like I was talking about it even on the previous patch, but nothing too much changed. Slight nerf to Battle Fury, and now we see this like Diffusal Blade on Trolls, on Ursas instead of the Battle Furies. Good hook shot, but just not enough damage on Juggernaut. Spin came off cooldown. He gets out. And Omni also expended just to get a kill. It's a position 5 Clockwork, but we've seen even in the previous game, Fly, he's not afraid to use that Omni Slash just to get a kill on anyone.
Arrow coming in, Avalanche hits on a 3, but they landed the arrow onto Emo. They'll also get the Split Earth. Emo, he's gotten this Blink Dagger, and, well, it's not the snowball you'd like to see from a Tiny.
First, Blink showing, dies, does not get a kill, so that's kind of a bummer. Medusa continues to farm, but Juggernaut is staying ahead, which should not be the case. I think they missed the opportunity to stack the Ancients and just give Medusa a couple of free levels and give her ahead. After finishing that Dragonlance, going back to Sanjin Yasha, and her next item should be that Aghanim Scepter. It's like the best item on Medusa right now.
Yeah, it's what makes this hero feel
perfectly balanced, yeah.
Yeah, perfectly balanced. Not OS Frog at all. Took the words right out of my mouth. Hook shot away. And now Exorcism with the Avalanche landing into the Moonlight Shadow. That'll send them back. The dust it lands on a flyby. Fuels himself.
As we said, Yule Scepter into nothing. They do not have like stun to combo with pretty much nothing. Maybe Avatos, but that doesn't sound good.
So yeah, now the Exorcism feels used for maybe
Zoning
damage
Exorcism.
on the tier 2.
No, they're not going to deal any damage.
Yeah.
They can't get inside the pit. It's a level 1 Exorcism. The Ghost double once you get from level 1 to level 2.
Static Storm.
The anti-combo.
Oh boy. Ravage. It's on to just one.
And another anti-combo.
And they've got the Glimpse. That'll send God King away. God King's actually back towards mid. They can go for this Avalanche as well as the toss that's going to come through on the field. They've got themselves the Thunderstrike on him as well as the Tree Toss, but that's not enough to get the kill into the Mirana. They've only lost the Enchantress so far. Is Flyby going to do this again? No way. Oh! My God. The guy knows how to navigate some trees.
He knows how to juke. Unfortunately, I hope we're going to see that one again, because I know the chat will really appreciate it. You know, trying to toss him inside a Static Storm, goes on the wrong target, a bit of miscommunication, then okay, here we go. And the Ravage only hits on the Enchantress. Arrow touches her ear, but does not connect. And then we only have one hero dying, pretty much. Tidehunter once again gets away.
Goes north, JT. Kind of plays himself in those trees right there, and then never continues to commit looking. And the Crypt Swarm is, I think, a little bit short. This is now a 2K lead for RNG. IG are falling behind, and this is not kind of what we expected.
Both teams very happy with it.
Kaka
rubbing his hands together. Yeah.
Somebody say Philosopher's Stone? Comes out of the woodwork. Should get it delivered. Unless... would they give it to the Ench? No, right?
No, the Enchantress deals damage. You do not want to have -30 damage.
The Edges take it, though. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, Avalanche Toss, all onto the Tide. Fly by this time, you're not getting away. But the hook shot comes out on Emo. Now they're going to try and turn this around. They've got the silence onto 2 of these heroes, but it's not onto the Leshrac, who will land the stun onto Emo. Again, Exorcism used. They'll move back with the Moonlight Shadow, but they've got the Glimpse, and this is on to D-Stones. So Kinetic Field holds them close. It's a double kill for JT. IG, I think they'll take what they're given and back off with that.
Still a decent trade. Emo, unfortunately, does not have that one extra item. They're going inside a pit, but the Exorcism is running out. I don't think they can do this. They will need to go back. They still have Ravage. I mean, they need to respect it. There's not enough damage.
Yeah, and the arrow coming through as well.
Fly. He's like, guys, I'm soloing it. One thing that maybe he did not notice, he's not Ursa. He is Juggernaut.
There's no blink here on Tide, so he can't like just close the gap, jump, Ravage. That's still a risky proposition, though, to go for that Roche. At least the way they were.
Ollie, sir, please give that Philly to your Disruptor so he can farm his items. Thank you.
So you can continue to do damage again. Hitting for 49 is Techie's level of low.
It's super low.
Who spoiled that shot?
I'm a
But,
bit
you know,
surprised that he decides to keep it.
He'll get this 4 staff and then he'll pass it over, right?
It's a possibility. No, it really is. I think they need that 1/4 staff, and because Kaka is not getting one, he's getting that Yule Scepter that we talked about. His next item should be Aegis. Like, just be able to lock people down. They don't have many stuns, so a lot of value is going to come from the Kinetic Field and the Avatos combo.
Right.
Tiny keeps falling off. Like, both mid laners really struggling this game.
Yeah, Emo's had some not questionable moments, because I don't think it's entirely his fault that he's getting caught here. Like, there's a lot to deal with.
What he's playing into.
Yeah.
He uses his combo. He needs to be able to blink in, then possibly gets trapped inside of the cog, gets Ravage, Leshrac gets on top of you, and then you're just dead. Maybe Medusa ulties. So Medusa, like, she's super farmed.
Yeah, getting
11,
into that
12,000 net worth, just needs 800 gold to finish off that Aghanim Scepter.
and
This is
become
going to be a huge
perfectly
problem.
balanced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the perfectly balanced item. No, nothing wrong there.
Jug also going Ags. I don't hate it.
I don't see a reason why you should hate it.
No, it's not that I would hate it. I'm just trying to think, would he rather go something else before he goes into the Ags? Like, would you rather him go into the Scotty before he goes Ags, or you want him
One
going
of these two. Well, like,
Right.
because he needs to be tanky, needs to be able to survive through burst, reset. Now they have another level 2 Exorcism online, so they're going straight into the pit. As you mentioned, Tidehunter, no Ravage, but has that pipe, very tanky. Eggs, he needs 100 gold. He has it.
Arrow?
But he will not be there with the team, so this is gonna be a free Roche. Medusa, like, she wanted to have that axe. If she had it before, they would definitely go and try to contest it.
That was almost perfect timing for RNG. But then the timings don't work out, and it ends up that they just give up the Aegis. Shockwave over onto Super. He doesn't care. The damage from God King now with the extra axe. He turns to stone.
I'm surprised they did not give D-Stones to play Medusa. You know, he has a stone in his name.
We rely not upon fortune.
He should be holding all the stones.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And also Medusa. Like, what happens if she turns Tiny into stone? He just becomes, like...
Radiant's bottom tower
I think he
is
should
under
become
attack.
water instead.
Dire's top tower
There's
is
so
under
many
attack.
unanswered questions that Lord did not give us. So maybe chat knows. If you know what happens to Medusa when she snakes the Tiny, let us know.
Just gains armor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Instead,
Dire's
war friendly.
top tower has fallen. Radiant's
Going into the
bottom tower
BKB,
has
but
fallen.
the game is close. It just, now you're at that point in the game where Dusa has Ags and Dusa is strong.
And once she gets that Scotty, also has a Grobo, Dragonlance, a lot of attack range. I'm a bit worried because Tiny does not like to play into slows. He goes in and wants to be able to reset. But against Scotty, that's going to be a big issue. So 4 staff down on Enchantress, using the courier right now. Let's see if she decides to give back that Philosopher's Stone.
Over to the Disruptor. Kaka's like, you got your 4 staff. Ooh, and I think, yeah, Jug switched to the Scotty. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, Scotty is just great stats. Juggernaut also switched to Scotty, which I kind of like more rather than Ags, because like you don't have that clear target. It's just a bit of a buying time.
Glimpse, Static Storm, Hookshot misses. They've got the Silence, but it's into the Stone Gaze. And moving forward is God King. Throws that Mystic Snake out. They've got the Blade Fury right on top of Flyby. The Silence hits onto the Clockwork. They get the kill on Akaka. They'll take the Disruptor. But he already threw that ulti. The stun misses from D-Stones. Avalanche toss. Down the Ravage. Emo in trouble. The Stone turns into Stone. And the Stone, he'll fall apart into some pebbles. He ends up dead. The damage out is just not enough here from the side of IG. And it may be time for them to run. They don't have anything to catch these heroes at the moment, as in like a hook shot or a blink dagger on top of them, but they don't need it as they'll get the kill on Ollie. 3 heroes dead on the side of IG.
I don't think they have enough damage to burst this Tidehunter. That Prophet needs to get on top of him, and Tiny, he keeps falling off. Can't get more than 1 combo in a team fight. That's a bit problematic. You want him to use it at least 2 times. So I think that Prophet in this case is gonna like get that farm priority and be mid laner that they need.
That's not really working out in terms of damage for them right now. Solar Crest picked up for Felix. God King's just gonna get stronger and stronger. And it also, you think about what's gonna happen when second Roche comes by. If Medusa gets cold-blooded, things just get even more difficult. Not only are you getting cold-blooded there, but you're getting Aegis too.
Abilities
Radiant are scanning.
that they can use on her other than Glimpse and Thunderstrike, maybe Enchant, but I don't think that's what you want to use on Medusa anyway.
Does Glimpse then send the snake when he finishes getting glimpsed or at the point of glimpse?
I have not seen that interaction.
Because that could be pretty interesting. And not only that, it also just
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
feels like Medusa's in this point of the game where, oh god,
Okay.
where he God King
all
feels
right.
very, and Static Storm, okay. That zoning hook shot comes out on Akaka. Look to get the kill here onto the Disruptor. He looks dead on his screen already. He will be.
Suddenly, 5k gold lead for RNG. They need to fall back. Not sure what the plan is. I feel that they're gonna need to be able to farm this Axe on Disruptor and isolate one of the heroes, possibly Tidehunter with the Omni Slash. We'll see how it goes. That's why I want to have this Philosopher's Stone given to Disruptor in this game.
Yeah, now he's building Ags, and I think if he's queuing Ags, he should be holding it.
Because when you think about IG, what they were doing during the major, it was all about that efficiency. They were passing each other Ocean Heart while sitting in the river or just running in the river early on, holding the books, holding those Tome of Knowledges in case someone needs it. Like, they buy it and then they were just stacking it. I've seen it multiple times. Like, their support, they do not want to use it later on. 20 minutes in, there are 2 books and they give it to their carries.
So Scotty finished, but now a Butterfly instead of that Scotty for Medusa. And picks up the Enchanted Quiver. That is a great drop.
One of the best ones. She finds like 2 perfect items for Medusa. First Grobo, now Enchanted Quiver. Finishes the Butterfly. So a lot of damage. And they have nothing that goes through evasion. So Juggernaut sees that, instantly queues up Monkey King bar.
Hook shot in. And now look at the arrow. Ravage all through. Emo, you're dead to rights already. And Kaka gonna get chased here. Slowed down. There's a Static Storm on himself, but that's not doing anything except putting it on cooldown.
I'm really worried because they don't have the real answer for Medusa. She's staying too far ahead of the Juggernaut to be able to just isolate and kill her. Now this Butterfly is just another problem being thrown at IG.
They haven't quite had the answers. They need to find a way to blow up this supporting cast for the Medusa, and then I think Medusa God King by himself would struggle, but that's just not happening.
Rock it on.
No Ravage. Roche potentially up in 37 seconds. If Roche were to hit that timing, maybe we see IG get themselves a chance at picking up that second Aegis as well as the Shard. Although we looked at that first Aegis that just got used standing in front of the 2-2.
They had 20 seconds left on that Aegis, so it was not a big deal.
Are scanning.
Clockwork is super farmed. You know why? Because he's holding Philly, Hood, and the Glimmer Cape. Sometimes I see that on position 5s, sometimes even on the offlaners when it's like a really good Hood game, because they have so much magic damage, like Jug Spin, everything from Disruptor, you're playing into Tiny. So you have a way of protecting yourself, and you can also protect the teammates with it. Also Pipe on top of it, coming out from the Tide Hunter. I like this itemization from RNG quite a lot.
So RNG, I believe, saw that smoke in the river. They have that ward right by the steps there. They backed up into the base. They had Flyby just pushing out bottom, and now they feel free to move around. The seatbelt sign is off. They're free to move around the map. They're 6K ahead. God King's spotted, but I just don't know if these heroes have what it takes to win in a 5v5 from IG at the moment.
When you mentioned seatbelt, something came to my mind. When you're flying and the seatbelt sign is like, yeah, it's on. Do you like put it on immediately, or do you like to live dangerously like me and like put it 30 seconds later?
I always have it on.
You always have it on?
Yeah. Hook shot, Cogs back. Static Storm again just dropped. And I don't know if that's going to be enough here that really helps him with the fight. When Silence comes out into multiple heroes, the BKBB pop by G-Stones. They've got themselves the Avalanche to the toss, but that's not enough to get the kill here on a Felix. Blade Fury, the damage from Fly just is not enough. He goes into the Omni, and now he's looking to kill the Tide of the Yules up into the air. So Omni's wasted, Static Storm is gone, Exorcism, that's used too, and they come away empty-handed.
They just don't have enough. This Medusa, not even tickling her. She's full mana, full HP. I talked about the itemization. I love the one on Tide Hunter. He understands if I'm inside a Static Storm, they can use the Glimmer on me. Clockwork can try to save me. I can also buy a bit of time with the Yule Scepter. Great against the Juggernaut Omni Slash on top of it.
So now you smoke up, you know that IG don't have anything. Hook shot, well done. Force staff. Ooh, arrow actually eaten by a neutral. It's not going to matter though. Kinetic field glimpse, turn to stone. He'll end up dead. Avalanche thrown over at Flyby, but it's not a deterrent. They weren't going further.
If, you know, you're not holding that Philosopher's Stone, you would not be as farmed, so you would not feed as much gold as you usually would. You know, it's all about that efficiency.
Double-edged sword.
To the impurities.
This time it's the supports of RNG that are well far ahead of the supports of IG.
Oh yeah, this Mirana is insanely farmed. Felix having a really good time. Even without Yule Scepter, they're having you know, he's landing really good arrows. They have 2 Yule Scepters, 1 on Tidehunter, 1 on Leshrac. And getting that Solar Crest, I think it's a must-have when you have Medusa on your team, so I guess that's why he wanted to prioritize that. On top of Spirit Vessel that he has for quite some time. Crit against the Dead Prophet, the Healing Ward, even Tiny, you know, just feels good to throw it on him.
So, is there ever enough time here where Jug will feel strong enough? Hook shot in again, and right into the, God, the arrow in the split earth. All hitting. They've got the dust. They'll get the glimpse into the kinetic field. They're working with Ravage. The question is, do they want to make the jump? Because using that Ravage might mean that if the fight doesn't exactly go their way, Roche is a little bit harder.
It's just a 5-for-5 trade, and IG forced to use a buyback on it. They're scouting Roshan with the melee creep, and also scouting things out with Arrow. I'm really surprised. Like, this is just something that I can't get over about Enchantress holding that Philosopher's Stone. You have a position for Disruptor that wants to farm the Aghanim Scepter. Tiny mid lane forced to use a BKB to get himself to safety. All right, let's do the math. When did they find Philly? Let's say 17 minutes in, so that's another 17 minutes of Philosopher's Stone being used. Right?
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
So that's 80 GPM. That's 800 gold per 10 minutes. And 17 is like 560.
Right. Just about 1360.
Yeah, so 1400 gold. That's point booster plus 200. Like, we're really good at it. We kind of slowed it down just to be sure. Usually I would just spit the numbers out, like 465 times 2. Like, I would just be faster, but this time around we wanted to, you know, be
precise.
Usually we're about that quick math, but this time around just wanted to make sure everything is on point. Kaka dodged the
Static Storm.
hook shot.
All right, he dodged the hook shot. Doesn't mean he's going to dodge dying. And glimpse the chase, the kill. Kaka, no buyback. Roche is immediately getting pinged out.
They will know, because there is a creep inside the pit. Medusa finishing the Scotty, going into Satanic next, level 23. Mystic Snake cooldown talent, level 20. Like, all of her talents just feel really good. Even if you, like, misclick a talent, you're not gonna feel bad on Medusa. The 1 on 15 plus 35% sounds a bit too much. You know why? Because it is.
Yeah, I didn't do the research in it yet.
No, you don't have to do research. Like, you can just check that out. 35, it's okay. 35 extra. What she does, too much.
I'm just thinking, what talents give you almost a 200% bonus on something? What other talents?
I don't think there are such talents in Dota.
MKB going to be finished here for the Jug. They do have a Daedalus for Tiny.
Emo, he found the farm in this game. Like, he was not having a good one.
He's just getting kited, though.
A lot of kiting, and he also did not have a single last hit. In terms of the ones on heroes, he's sitting at 0. K0.
He's got Divine Rapier Ags queued up.
That's how they come back into this game.
Tree Volley with the Divine Rapier.
Only needs to farm 10,000 gold, and they're good. It literally is 10,000 gold.
Okay, and break. Let's do it. That's the game plan. They all huddled up. That's the call.
If they can pause the game while they're getting, you know, free GPM from Philosopher's Stone, from passive gold, that's how they come back into this one.
So working with Aegis here. It's almost like working with portals. They're going to go for this tier 3. Look at that. D-Stone's working with that shard. Boom.
Zoning tool.
Hookshot comes in. That's going to hit under the Death Prophet. They've got themselves the cogs pushing back. There's the stun landing. That stun should zone them out as well because it's right over the racks as well as the tier 3. but they've got the toss. Ooh, Emo, gotta be careful. Pops the BKB.
She's
They've got
out
the
of
Static
mana.
Storm out of mana for the first life. She was popped. Going in, JT with the Exorcism. They get the kill on a God King. So, what more can they get?
Plus Blink available. Let's see when he decides to jump in.
Avalanche comes in. There's the Blink as well as the Ravage. It comes through. Avoided with the Blade Fury. They get the kill to Kako, who's going to buy back immediately. They still have the Exorcism going. There's the Lightning Storm coming out from T-Stones, who's popped the BKB. Flyby. Now without this Ravage, they get the silence out of the Medusa as well as this Tide. Yule's up into the air. JT taking a lot of damage now, but they've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. The damage from Emo is going to be enough. He's landed the stun on him. They get the kill to Flyby. They take out Super the Blade Fury. The damage from Flyby is actually significant. They bomb back on the Clockwork. They will take out the melee racks and maybe leave at this point. But Kaka, he's got Glimpse. It'll be used here on D-Stones.
So he's gonna kill himself.
Oh, turning to
with
stone.
Glimpse.
Fly.
Oh, he's dropping super low. God King.
Oh, stunned again.
Let's see how much mana he can get back.
He's gonna be stunned again? No. This time he's got the Blade Fury, but
Full
they do get the
mana.
stun. They get the kill to JT. He's back to full mana. He's still gonna chase forward. Super dusted. And now Ollie dead. 3 heroes without buyback. They've stayed in. They're gonna call it.
Yeah, Kaka is the one
Nice.
who calls it.
Okay.
Medusa, man, what a hero. Like in that fight, they managed to bring her down once, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of Aegis. Get that second life. You don't have to worry about dying once. You can go again, and that's the beauty of having 55% on Mystic Snake.
Like she had almost no mana in the last fight after she respawned, and then uses one Mystic Snake,
Back
jumps
to
on
full.
3 heroes, back to full mana. Those numbers need to be adjusted, I would
Tweaked a
say,
little bit.
because it seems a bit